Hey, it's Heather, and today I'm making a pretty classic French side dish, a pomme de terre that's usually covered with Gruyere and sour cream that's so rich that I usually don't bother use the Gruyere and sour cream. But today, because Dan and Elkios asked me to enter their contest and come up with some recipes, I'm gonna lighten up that dish and make it really perfect. Starting with baked potatoes. It's basically a twice baked potato dish. And I have here about 4 large Russia potatoes, about 3 pounds, 4 or 5. And I peel them once they were cool enough to touch. And the deal here is that I don't want to mash them. I want to sort of break them into different sized pieces. So I like to use a spoon and just get in there like that. And it doesn't matter if it's not uniform. In fact, it's better if it's not, because we want some pieces little bitty and some pieces larger. We're going to heat in a nonstick pan about 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to add about the same of olive oil. And we're going to heat that just until the butter foams and then the foam subsides. So we're just going to scoop our potatoes up and into the pan. The other thing we're going to do now is we're going to add some seasonings. Of course, always salt and pepper. Can't go without that. But the other spice I'm going to add, which is super traditional, is a little bit of nutmeg. Often you'll see in sort of older school savory dishes like bechamel, cream sauces, or potatoes, you see a little hint of nutmeg, and that's great, but the key word is hint, because you don't want it to taste like pumpkin pie. I have fresh. I like it much better. And I'm thinking 1/4 of a teaspoon. All right, and now that's done. And what I want to do now is really mix up my potatoes. So I want to distribute the butter and the spices throughout. Okay, so now that everything is coated, what I'm now going to do is try to press it together to assemble a little cake, a gâteau, if you will, because we want it to sort of stick together. And we're going to let the bottom brown for a good, 15 minutes. And then we're going to pop this into the oven so that the top browns. I have a heat-safe pan. If you don't, you can skip this step. But I'm just going to put it under the broiler just for a little bit. Now, I'm going to make a quick topping with my Yokos yogurt. Oops. Very simple. I'm going to use 2. It's very simple. I like to always, when there's an opportunity, add seasoning. So, of course, I'm going to do pepper, a little bit of salt, and just a touch of olive oil. For the fruitiness, you can skip it if you'd like. And my favorite thing for toppings of potato, chives. You can add dill, but I'm going here for like a baked potato thing. So I have about 2 tablespoons of snipped chives. Add your favorite herb. And doesn't that look pretty? All right, get my platter ready. I'm gonna grab my pan. It's just a little browned on the top, just to sort of keep it firm. Nice. I'm now going to top it with my yogurt. I want the cold, creamy yogurt on the buttery hot potatoes. That's my goal here. So I'm going to spoon it on. Okay, here we have our beautiful pomme de terre with chives, or as I have been calling it, baked potato pie. This is a side dish, though of course you could serve it with a salad, but imagine it alongside some roast salmon or a steak. It sounds delicious. I'm going to cut into it. And put some on my plate. Now, I'm going to do the best part. The lovely contrast of the buttery potatoes with the cool chive yogurt working. And the thing about the nutmeg is, it's just enough to give you something distinct, but not enough for you to say, what is that? Now, if you like this recipe, remember this is a contest sponsored by Yoko's Dana. So give me a like and give me a vote. Thanks so much.